into each other.
Okay.
Like the uke, right? The partner. We see the drills a lot where the person trying to execute the move getting hard time. Like, how come this doesn't work, coach? What's happening? Well, half of that is, again, his partner is doing it wrong, right? So when we're showing the drill, both people need to be looking at both parts of the drill, not just the person doing the technique, but you also need to watch the person that's having the technique done on them, so you do the appropriate reaction. Also, when you're doing the drills, you should be putting in maybe 10% resistance, not 70, 80%. It's a brand new movement, you don't understand it. How can you execute it if the guy's going so hard, you can't even move your arm or your leg, right? Doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah, when the guy puts too much resistance when you drill, you gotta compensate for all the factors and you don't have the basic mechanics of the move, right? Understanding the move is based upon the movements surrounding the move, right? So once they can understand the movements, then they can try to go for the move. But trying to just force a move and they don't know how to set their body, or their partner is not helping them figure out the right spot to get in, it's harder to improve, right?
Yeah, if you're putting too much resistance, you can't even move the correct way to execute the movement, right? So as a partner, even sometimes you don't understand it, but the success of your partner is a lot of times based on what you do as the person having the move done onto them. If you are just laying flat on the ground, that's not a normal reaction. You got to understand these techniques that we're teaching are based on roles and things that you actually see when you're going against somebody, not, oh, okay, I'm gonna just lay down on the ground and then you're gonna try to do your move. How come I can't get my hooks in, coach? Well, because your opponent's not gonna just lay flat on the ground. Nobody's gonna do that in a roll, right? So you have to, in your mind, emulate what you would see in a roll, right? If he takes my back, I'm not just gonna lay flat with my arms out. I'm gonna go into turtle. I'm gonna try to get on my side. I'm gonna do things that, helps to defend myself. So as you are learning the technique, you need to look at the technique and also the person that the technique is being done upon. That way, it's more clear, right? And you know what to do. A lot of times people struggle learning new techniques because their partner just doesn't get in the right position. He's just doing, just laying
Being
there.
a quote-unquote bad partner.
Being a bad partner. We learned that a long time ago from one of our first instructors. He used the term uke, or partner. You need to be a good uke. What does that mean? Use the appropriate amount of resistance during the technique. So you don't want to do 0 and you don't want to do 100. Do something like 25%. You want to make sure that you position your body accordingly so your partner can do the technique the right way, right? That's just part of your advancement of the jiu-jitsu journey. Yeah? If you don't do that, your partner's never going to get better.
Right? Jiu-jitsu is a very competitive sport, but we're here as a team, so like you said, the development is based upon your partner, right? And your partner's best interest should always be what you should be in their corner, right? So trying to murk them, trying to kill them, not helping them train properly is not going to help them to elevate at all.
Exactly. Just like you said, right? Jiu-jitsu, you compete on the mat as an individual, but in no way is it an individual sport. You need your teammates to help you train. You can watch a million videos, but if you don't have a partner to try it with, it's all in your head, it's all theoretical, right? Like Coach always said, you can say I'm good at basketball, but if you never took a shot at the rim, how do you know if you can even make the shot? You never tried it, right? So you gotta get out there, put time on the mat, have good training partners, right? Understand what your objectives and goals are, right? As you come to class, don't blindly come to say, okay, I'm gonna just do jiu-jitsu. But what does that mean, right? Are you focusing, what are you trying to improve on? My balance, right? Not getting swept. I wanna try to get better at half guard, right? I wanna try these submissions. As a white belt, you're just trying to get your bearings to understand the basics of jiu-jitsu, right? The balance, right? The guard retention, the guard recovery, right? And then, work into sweeps. You just got to get the basics under your belt, right? Don't go watching YouTube videos about the latest guard technique and this high-flying attack that someone did in a tournament. That's nice, but for you as a white belt beginner, even some blue belts, it doesn't make sense to take that on yet. You got to perfect your game. You got to figure out where you're at, right? Try to work on it, improve on it, right? It just takes time. And like I always say, I mean, when new people come on, they say, I don't know what to do. I tell them, well, you're not supposed to know what you're supposed to do. That's why you come to class and you learn. We show you, we help you get to where you need to be. Stuff doesn't come naturally for most people, right? There's some things instinctively your body will do, but even me at a brown belt, there's movements that are just unnatural that I have to tell myself, okay, you gotta move this way, even though it doesn't feel right. This is the correct technique, right? So that's basically jiu-jitsu. It's not easy. And that's why a lot of people give up. I mean, besides injuries, it is hard at times to see advancement or movement in your jiu-jitsu game, right? It's like, oh, I get beat up every class. The best way to gauge your improvement or your progress in jiu-jitsu is have your partner tell you, hey, I notice I can't sweep you as easily, or I can't get you in these submissions anymore, or hey, you know, you can go the whole round without, you know, tiring out. It's small gains in jiu-jitsu. It's not like today I'm here and tomorrow I'm here. It's just going to be very gradual steps that you take in your jiu-jitsu game.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that from the start. You're not going to go from 0 to 100. It takes time, right? We've been doing it, 8-9 years? We still got tons to learn. Look at me. I gotta come to you every time and ask you how we do this. You show me new techniques. That's how we improve, right? You're not going to get better overnight. You have to put in the time, the practice, like any other sport, hobby, thing you do. You're just not going to be a natural. It takes time to get there, right?
Yeah, we might have this belt, but I still feel like we're not really beginner, but you know, there's like a lot of stuff that we don't know or have experienced or seen, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a brown belt too. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, am I really a brown belt? Go to other schools and maybe I don't do so well against other people, and I start to question myself. But that is my motivation to improve and get better, right? I'm repping this belt. I'm repping all the coaches that have ever trained me. I'm repping the school that I train at. So I kind of show up and they say, oh, where you got your brown belt from? And then they start to question me, right? I'm like be the guy that someone says, oh, I think he bought his belt, or you know, something that's just not true, right? That's why I always work at it. I think about that kind of stuff. I don't always talk about it, but again, I try to compare myself to other people. And maybe it's not fair because other people might be more athletic, they might be, you know, more naturally gifted and all that, but still, with jiu-jitsu, you can carve out a niche in jiu-jitsu to be good at that people, you know.
We always strive to find that, right?
Yeah.
We're just constantly trying to find where we play the best in this game.
Yeah, because we start off at half guard, right? We played half guard for years, but it's our go-to. But now, okay, we need to expand out of that, right? I can't just be locked in half guard the whole round, just holding you there, right? I need to be able to be progressive, attack from it, sweep you from it, right?
Do different positions, work new attacks, you know, get your mind working.
Exactly. So, this is our little speech on small man jiu-jitsu. Stay jitsi, gang. Catch you on the backside. Os.